Hi, I'm Cindy Healy, and you are watching part of our series this summer on how to be a trustee, or, as in the case of today's topic, who should be a trustee. I am a private trustee and a CPA, and I receive many calls each month from people and families wanting to know who they should appoint as their trustee. And I think that without a doubt, there is a lot of room for conversation about this. In the old days, families would pick the oldest child often as their trustee. The parents would allow the oldest child to handle all the finances and to handle any kind of matters once one of the parents died. In today's world, it's very different and it needs to be different. We have a lot of what they call blended families, and that's a socially acceptable term for people that have divorced, had children with other people, marry, and now you have children from several other unions that are all under the same household. And inevitably, what I find happens is that family members often will get along just fine, and everybody plays nice and is respectful and helpful with the parents while they're living. The minute a parent dies, it seems as if it is an open door for discord and anger and upset that the children of one spouse can get into um, arguing and fussing and fighting with the children of the other spouse, or the children will disagree with their step parent. I had a situation where a gentleman called and his stepdaughter was scheduled to be his trustee, and he was concerned that her focus might not be what is his best interest, but that she was to inherit things after he passed away. And I agree with his concerns. It is much better to consider an independent trustee, in my opinion, and I get that that's a little self-serving because that's what I do, but an independent trustee that's not a family member does not have the emotional issues with the family members that take place sometimes in families. You know, Bobby stole Susie's bike when she was 5 years old, and now she's going to make him pay for it because dad has died, and she is not going to give him the money he deserves. And while that sounds very childish, you would be surprised to find out how many families spend tens of thousands of dollars on attorney fees while the kids fight over unresolved issues from childhood, unresolved issues with their parents, and it's just craziness. So, your tip for today is that if you have a trust that automatically chooses your oldest child to handle your affairs and be the trustee, please sit down and go over that document with that child and get their feelings about it and their input. Sometimes the oldest child is not able to take on the role of the trustee and the administrative work that's required. Sometimes they have a busy life of their own and families to raise. And it's good for the senior to hear what the views are of their child who they have appointed as a trustee, and just to reevaluate the capability of that child to do so. Some children, adult children, have issues with substance abuse, whether it be alcohol or drugs, or are very terrible money managers and have messed up their own life financially, these are not the best people to handle what you've built your life you've worked for all your life. And so it would be best, your tip is to just reevaluate if this is still the best thing for you and your family, and listen to your child. If your child is not comfortable doing that because they don't want to fight with their siblings, please listen to that, and see what you can do as a family to find someone else, an independent person, to handle all the affairs of your trust. I hope you'll join us for our next session, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at cynthiahealy2018@gmail.com, and we'll do our very best to get back to you just as soon as we can. Thank you.